How's it going, everybody? Today we are talking about Cardano ADA. So when it comes to Cardano, well, I always think to myself, Bitcoin was the first generation of cryptocurrencies, and then Ethereum basically took the platform of digital currency and expanded upon it with the concept of trust in the form of smart contracts. And everybody knows the importance of trust when it comes to this space, and expanding upon the platform that was provided by Bitcoin, which essentially provided proof of concept to the global community. Well, now we're starting to see Cardano really flexing its muscles and showing off the potential that's in store for it. And I would definitely put Cardano in the category of the next generation of cryptocurrency. They essentially take everything that was learned before it and compile it all into one. And I think Cardano is moving forward in such a way as to position themselves perfectly moving forward into the future. Now, I think that it's going to be something to be said as far as the global community's response to having a technology like Cardano that's offering all the things that are up and coming for it. But certainly I think that we could be seeing Cardano expanding itself beyond this number 6 position. And I've said it before that it definitely does have the potential to be in the top categories of crypto. It already is, certainly. I mean, it's in the top 10. It's well established there. But I think that there is potential moving forward to even see Cardano moving higher, especially within the time frame of 2018. I mean, looking at this market cap, it's really amazing to see how cryptocurrency can bounce all over the place. I mean, for those of us who've been involved with cryptocurrency for any amount of years, we've seen this sort of volatility happen before, but it never fails to amaze me to see the upward mobility that's capable in this space. If this was the stock market, this sort of upward mobility would be unprecedented, but in cryptocurrency we get to see this sort of thing happening every day. So when we see Cardano up 18%, really exciting to be seeing the news regarding Cardano and all these different variables coming together, especially the positivity that seems to be in the air when it comes to the public consciousness regarding Cardano. I mean, when a technology goes up 53% in 1 month, it's going to turn some heads. And I'm sure that there's some people out there who had previously been Cardano haters who are probably now flipping and now probably getting on Team Cardano before it's too late. And I think that there is a lot of future ahead for this technology as well. I think that it has a lot of different applications. You see, when I look at this list of cryptocurrencies on here, I always think to myself, what are these technologies doing that's actually going to have real world impact, that's going to affect the way that people live their lives? And when it comes to Cardano, I think that it's definitely something to be said that this technology is one of the few that's definitely setting themselves aside from the crowd. And my analysis of Cardano has been fundamentally data driven from the start. I've always found it important to look at the team that's been working behind it and all these different variables that are often overlooked. But I'd also recommend that you guys go and follow Cardano on their official Twitter. It's always important to be using all these different social media platforms as a resource in order to gain information and stay educated in regards to these technologies and seeing the potential, and of course staying up to date regarding these developments as they're happening in real time. And of course I'll be including a link to my Twitter as well, so if you're interested in connecting with me on these different social media platforms, the link to my Twitter will actually be the first link down in the description. So if you're interested in connecting with me, it's just one click away, and I'm always interested in seeing the different tweets that this community sends me. And I think that we've been building a really educated community on this different social media platforms and so forth. I consider this community that we've been growing on here a family, and I think that we've been sharing a lot of interesting information regarding these technologies. I'm looking forward to what's going to be happening in the future. I'll actually also be including a link to this video that's going to be talking about the possibilities that are in store for Cardano. This fine gentleman here provides an an interesting prediction, taking into a lot of consideration the different variables that I've talked about in this video, but also expanding upon them. I'll actually be including a link to this Genius Trader video as well, who goes into the detail regarding the announcements that have been happening regarding Cardano lately. And certainly there is a lot to be said looking forward and seeing the different potential that's in store. I think that Cardano is definitely going to be flexing its muscles, and especially any technology that has a blockchain is going to be a significant variable when we continue to move forward and we see the different variables in the world of cryptocurrency coming to show what they're actually going to be doing in the real time. And of course, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. And the whole purpose of me making this video is for myself to share my opinion for discussion purposes. And I'm always interested in hearing the different opinions that the community has to share as well. So feel free to comment down below, letting me know what you think about Cardano. And of course, subscribe to the channel and share this content with any friends or family who you think might be interested in this technology. But yeah, moving forward, if I were to make a conservative prediction in regards to Cardano, I would say that $1 is within reach within the year of 2018. I think especially with this upward mobility that we've been seeing happening across the board with these technologies, there's a lot of different developments and partnerships along the way, and it's definitely exciting times. And there's a lot of really exciting things happening involving this technology. And looking forward, I think we'll start to see a lot of people coming around to Team Cardano as we really move forward and we see this technology advancing and flexing its muscles and showing what the potential is. And certainly Cardano has not been disappointing over these past 30 days, growing over half of its value. Really awesome. And yeah, it's really a positive thing to be seeing all these different variables coming together in the light of all these different developments that have been happening across the board involving cryptocurrency. Certainly Cardano is one of those technologies that really stands out from the herd, and certainly I'm definitely interested in seeing the things that Cardano will be doing in the near future as we continue to move forward and see these developments that are happening involving cryptocurrency and the entire paradigm shift that's happening as a whole, as society in general begins to adapt itself to this new way of doing things. And of course, I believe that these technologies like Cardano are positioning themselves in a way where they will definitely be front and center when it comes to seeing the way that technologies like cryptocurrency find their way into everyday use. And it's very exciting to be seeing this sort of thing happening. And of course, a lot of positivity happening in the community right now with all this green, a lot of different variables coming into coordination that we had been expecting. However, this is earlier than expected. We certainly are moving out of that correction that we were going through earlier, with that market caps looking pretty nice and a lot of different variables coming together. And I think that this is a perfect climate for the public consciousness to really adapt itself to the reality that is cryptocurrency and the opportunity, because I think that new investors might have had a sour taste in their mouth if they had just recently gotten themselves involved with crypto, and then they were seeing all that red that we were seeing across the board. That can be discouraging to new people getting involved, whereas those of us who've been involved with cryptocurrency for any amount of time, particularly those of us who've been involved with crypto for years, that community of people, I'm pretty sure, has tougher skin and is definitely aware of the volatile nature of cryptocurrency moving forward. However, it is interesting to see how this climate of crypto has been adapting itself to the public consciousness and getting people acclimated to the weather, so to speak, when it comes to seeing the possibilities that are in store for these technologies moving forward. So looking forward when it involves cryptocurrency, I would say that we are at the beginning of a paradigm shift, and it's going to take a lot of different variables coming together involving the global community as a whole. You have to understand that every different layer of society has to basically come to get acquainted with cryptocurrency. And moving forward, it's essentially a paradigm shift that's not going to happen in one day. However, when it does happen, we will see the results basically manifesting themselves in our everyday lives. So it is important to basically, I mean, we are very early in the game when it comes to looking at these things and studying them, and I'm happy to have this community of people on here so that we can all come together and basically share our different insights regarding these technologies moving forward. But you have to remember, I'm not your dad. I'm not responsible for any decision you may or may not make regarding Cardano. I've already included the disclaimer saying that I'm not a financial advisor. Basically, I'm just somebody who's interested in cryptocurrency, and I'm always interested in hearing what everybody on this channel has to say. So of course, I hope you've enjoyed this content. I hope it's provided value to the community. And yeah, it is awesome to see days like these where we're seeing all this different green, but it's also important to not become over optimistic in regards to this space, because the amount of volatility we see moving upwards could just as easily be turned against us. So remember to always take different variables into consideration. Me, personally, I always hodl my coins and I never give them up. I'm willing to go down to the dirt with most of the technologies that I'm currently holding. I'd see these technologies go to zero before I gave up on them. And that's just my personal perspective. You have to remember, I'm basically already set up in the green because I've been involved with this so long. However, for those of us who are just now getting involved, it is important to make your own decisions in this space, and of course, stay educated in regards to the different perspectives. So good luck, everybody, and I hope you've enjoyed this content. Have a good one.